Hey there, everybody. PTPOP here, leading you out of the rabbit hole, one grain of truth at a time. Today, I'm taking on a real serious topic. This most recent shooting at 345 Park Avenue building in Manhattan, New York. And I bring this up because I kind of think the story's a little bit strange, a little bit odd. So I'm just going to jump right into it here. Unfortunately, there was another, I guess, what they're calling a mass shooting in our country. And a gunman by the name of Shane Devon Tamura, who was a 27-year-old from Las Vegas, Nevada, and former football player, high school only, in his youth. He drove cross country to New York City, where he shot and killed 4 people and injured 1 other at 345 Park Avenue, an office building in Midtown Manhattan that houses organizations including investment firm Blackstone and the National Football League. And this is per CNN. I'm reading this from CNN's page here at CNN.com. So he jumps in his car on July 26. He traveled in a black BMW from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's registered to him. He goes north through Colorado, then Nebraska and Iowa. This is what the police are finding out, okay? Then he drove through New Jersey and entered New York shortly thereafter on July 28th after 4 p.m. So this guy drove thousands of miles. It's further than driving, like I used to live in Phoenix. We drive from Cleveland, Phoenix, which is 2,212 miles or something like that. And it would always take me about 3.5 days because I would only do about 400 to 600 miles a day, and then I'd check into a motel somewhere. So this guy, he jumps in his car and he drives all the way across the country. He double parks his car on Park Avenue, and he just waltzes into this building, I guess, and starts shooting everybody. He shot everybody, but he shot a few people. He shot 4 people. He shot 5 people. He injured somebody. So I found it funny because there's this picture here of the gunman walking casually with his rifle at his side, his right side, with the jacket on. And as I saw this picture, I thought, wow, didn't it look a little bit like Schwarzenegger in the movie Terminator? Is this predictive programming of some sort? You know, look, this is kind of weird. All these shots here, I not have seen the actual live footage of the guy walking across the courtyard of the office building there in New York. But look at both of these. There's Reese, I think is his name, from the future, come to stop the Terminator, but he's wearing a jacket. He's got a gun. He's got a long gun under his coat there. Got a sawed-off shotgun. Here comes Arnold. Now that his jacket that he stole from some of the biker dudes, or the I don't know what he stole from. I think he stole from some punk rockers that were in an alley or something. Look at this. This is just like, this isn't. At first, I thought the actual shooter was Myles Garrett. Doesn't look like Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. So he goes in and he goes into this office building, and I find this report odd because he allegedly has a note that he has in his back pocket saying he's there. He wants people to investigate CTE because he feels he has traumatic brain injury from playing football, and the NFL swept it under the rug. So he drives all the way across the country with having no idea how to get to the NFL on what floor in that building. He just loses his shit and goes, okay, I'm going to drive across the country. I'm going to go to that building. I'm just going to start shooting people. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you not? Wouldn't you scout out the building? Wouldn't you find out what floor the NFL was on? Turns out this guy got into the wrong bank of elevators. After driving 2,000, 2,500, almost, probably 2,800 miles across the country, he didn't know what floor to go to shoot up the NFL to get his revenge. And he ends up killing allegedly innocent people. In the process, he goes to the 33rd floor, and the NFL is on the 5th floor. I guess, bad planning on behalf of this young man. He ends up killing Wesley LaPlantner, a Blackstone executive and CEO of Blackstone Real Estate Income Trust. So I just wonder, I don't know, isn't that kind of weird that he ends up killing a CEO? We just had the CEO of United Healthcare 86th, and he killed Julia Hyman, a Rudin management associate, and he killed Alain Etienne, 46, a security guard, and he killed the Darul Islam, 36, an off-duty NYPD officer. Kind of peculiar. I don't know. It's like, doesn't the story seem a little bit strange? So here, I found some of these stories in here. Now, I don't know who this lady is. I don't know if she's a mayor or she's a chief of police or I don't know who she is, but she's asking all of us to take action.
This is the time to stand up and say no more slaughter by a weapon of mass destruction designed to kill.
Weapon of mass destruction. I thought we got rid of all those in the 20-year war we are in with Iraq and Afghanistan. You mean there's still weapons of mass destruction out there, Mr. Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden? Weapon of mass destruction. It looks like he was holding a rifle. He's holding a rifle there. I didn't know that was a weapon of mass destruction. But hey, what do I know? Go back to see what this fine young lady has to say.
This is the time to stand up and say no more slaughter by a weapon of mass destruction designed to kill.
Now, you notice in the crowd, for some reason, she's standing next to a monk. What is this supposed to do? A monk, that is a Buddhist monk of some sort, with some type of prayer bell in his hand or something, or something for, I don't know what. What is this image supposed to convey to the general public? Looks like there's a Sikh standing off to her right, our left. I think that's the mayor of New York City there with the hat on. I'm not certain who the mayor of New York City is. Sorry, I'm not really well connected with all this. There's a black woman, a lot of black fellas. There's a whole mix of people back there. It almost looks like the cover to Sgt. Pepper's, doesn't it? And I just got to wonder what's the point to all this?
On the battlefield, not in our buildings here in the great city of New York.
So she's saying that the rifle that he was carrying belonged on the battlefield, not in the streets in the city of New York. And that's the weird thing about this, is that these rifles are rifles. A rifle is a rifle is a rifle. They're designed for one special thing. They're designed to kill. It can kill whatever is living. Cat, a dog, a hamster, a person, a lion, a tiger, a deer, a bear. They're designed to kill. They have no other purpose. They're not decorational ornaments. They're not wall ornaments. They're not hood ornaments. They are designed to kill that is living. They're not weapons of mass destruction. So here's this is a little news snippet from, I know where I grabbed this from. This was on YouTube.
A 3-page note in Tamura's pocket in which.
So this is the note that he allegedly left behind. Shane Tamura left this note behind. And I'm not certain. This looks so bizarre to me. Doesn't this note look really strange to you? Forgive me, guys, if I sound.
3-page note in Tamura's pocket.
And it's written on stationery. This is only 1 page of 3, I guess. And at the top of the stationery, it says, plan, pause, reflect, and flourish. Now, I put this phrase, plan, pause, reflect, into Google. This is what it came up with. It came up with Gardner Studios, and this is a fuchsia pause, plan, and reflect journal. And it looks like this guy was writing in a journal, or he had a journal with him. I don't know if this is really his handwriting, if this is really his note. It says the plan, pause, reflect journal is the perfect tool for those seeking personal growth and self-improvement. And I'm not going to go on too much in this, but look, here's the pages right there. Plan, pause, reflect, journal. Must be like a daily planner where you have inspirational thoughts or whatever, things like that. That's kind of interesting. Then at the top it says CTE, first letters capitalized and next two are lowercase. Then it says chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Then it says study my brain, please. I'm sorry, lowercase I. And then all of a sudden he pulls out a different marker. He pulls out a marker and starts writing, tell somebody, probably mom or Billy or Sally or somebody, I'm sorry for everything. Computer password is this. CTE research. Okay, so if you look at this letter, I'm not a handwriting expert, but doesn't this handwriting look different throughout the letter? Like at the top where it says CTE, up here, there's what's called like a serif up here. There's a little hook up here for the C, but there's none of the same on any of the other C's throughout any of the writing. His E's changed throughout the writing, like CTE, E's are written really well here. This is a similar E. These are all similar. But as you go down here, this E and this E and this E all look different. This E starts sloppy. The open area is closed. I don't know. Nothing looks the same. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Why would he start this weird? Now it's written. You can tell it's written on a wrinkled piece of paper. Now I can't tell, like, why. Like it's, the paper's wrinkled because it was allegedly left in his back pocket, but it looks like here he's having trouble writing. It gets smeared. Like the please, it looks like it's almost, this was written later or something. Because the E here looks different than the E's up here. Look at that. This is a completely different E. It's like it was put in later. The T's don't look similar. The T's not completed here. The T here is completed. It's almost like he wrote this on one day. They wrote this on another day. If it's really him, like another person kind of wrote it here. There's any other R's in here? I guess the R's look similar, but the S looks different. It says tell somebody I'm sorry. The only thing I can see a similarity through all of it is I'm is lowercase. There's no punctuation. Really strange. So let's continue with
for
this.
his traumatic brain injury, saying on this page, study my brain, please. I'm sorry. Tamura played in high school in Southern California, but never professionally. Officials are still trying to figure out how he obtained the gun used in the attack, an M4-style rifle. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Okay, so that's ABC. So as the news correspondent tells his story, they have all of this stock footage of him allegedly playing football. Then they cut to this rifle, all right, with the bloody hand grip on it. And it's got a scope on it. It's got, looks like a flashlight attached to the front. But you don't know if this is really the gun that he used. You have no clue. It's blood all over it. There's just blood on it. No explanation as to why they show it. And I don't know if that's an M4 or not. But what I'm going to go into is there's a difference between an M4 and an AR-15. But what I don't understand is why they're calling this one an M4. And all of the other mass shootings throughout the last at least 10 years, there's been this huge pile on, get rid of the AR-15. It's a horrible weapon. It's an assault rifle. There's all these inflammatory words used to talk about the AR-15. Now, I'm giving you an example here.
Picture that Miss Jackson Lee had up here of those 19 children, the last time you'll be able, or anybody would be able to recognize some of them. Because when they're hit with an assault weapon, they cannot be identified. They are obliterated, and they need DNA to identify them.
Now, I'm a rifle owner, and I'm a gun owner, and I'm a pro-gun person, and I've shot the AR, though I've never shot anybody with any type of weapon. And I've seen the damage weapons can do in like Vietnam War footage and Afghan War and Iraq and all that stuff. And then who have fought war know what a high velocity round can do to the body. But it does not eviscerate the body. It does not eviscerate the body. It punctures a big hole in the body. It's designed to do that. It's designed to put you down pretty quick so you don't get back up and you can't keep shooting at somebody. Or if you're a deer, you're supposed to take a deer down in one shot so you don't make it suffer. But this guy is using inflammatory language for the AR. No, I agree. Like if a child gets hit in the head, there's a good chance that there's not going to be much left of a young person's face, possibly, depending on where they get shot. But usually it leaves a small entrance wound and it leaves a huge exit wound. I don't know what this guy's talking about. If you get shot with an AR, you don't get vaporized. You get vaporized with a Gatling gun from like an A10 Warthog. That thing shoots 1,000 rounds a minute. You get direct with a blast from an AR Gatling gun, minigun. You're just vaporized, but not with one round from an AR-15. Now we'll carry on here.
And one of the people behind that original AR-15, Jim Sullivan, says flatly, this version that civilians buy is just as lethal as the military model.
Is what an AR-15 sounds like.
I'm doing justice.
In the shooting, reigniting debate over gun control, specifically over a very popular assault weapon.
The AR-15, one of the most controversial weapons in America.
The mass murder last week at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, has something in common with America's deadliest massacres. The AR-15 semi-automatic rifle.
If you've been to any local gun shop, you've seen the large-style assault rifles. Police say that Cornell had just purchased 2 AR-15 rifles before they swooped in, and the people here at Target World gave me a closer look at what that weapon can do.
So let's talk a little bit more about the AR-15.
A rifle is once again the subject of a hotly contested debate in this country. Many of the deadliest mass shootings in America have seen from the use of this gun, from the Vegas massacre, 60 lives lost there, to what we just witnessed in Texas, where 3 young children and 5 adults, all under 35, were lost. We want to look deeper at the popularity of AR-15.
That question tonight on AR-15 style weapons.
As negotiations continue, CNN chief congressional correspondent Manu Raju pressed lawmakers about AR-15s and why people need them.
Now, guys, there's an agenda out there for some reason because they're constantly harping on people about their AR-15s and how they're lethal and how they're weapons of mass destruction. They're using all this inflammatory language. This guy could have walked in there with, a 30-06 with 5 in the chamber and done the same thing. I don't remember how many rounds a 30-06 holds. I think it's either single shot or they can have multiple shots in it. But why all of a sudden are they calling this guy's rifle an M4? I guess maybe it's because the barrel's longer. A military-grade rifle. Well, the M4s I see the guys carrying in Afghanistan are short. These are little rifles. This thing looks like To me, it's almost as long as his leg. It looks like it even has a suppressor on it. I can't tell if that's a suppressor or if that's the strap from the rifle. I think he's got a suppressor on it. Looks like he has the 30-round magazine. If that's really him. But none of this makes any sense. They're talking about M4s. This guy just double parks his car in the middle of downtown New York City. He casually gets out of his car, walking like Arnold Schwarzenegger across, the courtyard. Nobody stops him. No police see him. He just casually walks in and starts blowing people away. Doesn't anybody find this strange? In a day and age when everybody's radar is very sensitive to this kind of stuff, nobody sees it? I don't know. It's a weird world we live in, man. And I don't know what this guy's issues were, but it almost seems like he is like Arnold. He's almost like a robot here from where they make it sound. And this guy's brains were rattled playing football, so he goes out to the NFL headquarters. I don't even know if that's the headquarters of the NFL. To show some people, the business of, the business end of an M4 or an AR-15. They're getting you confused about everything. They got people scared. They're so scared. They apparently didn't know this guy was coming and had no idea why a guy was walking across a courtyard with a rifle. Nobody called 911 until the bullets started flying. I mean, if I saw this guy walk past me, I'd be on my phone as quick as I could. Hey, got a guy with an AR-style rifle down here.
This is the time to stand up and say no more slaughter.
This is the time to stand up and say no more goofballs like this. I mean, nobody sees the parallel here to this Terminator movie. Was the Terminator movie pre-predictive or predictive programming? I don't understand, man. But if you guys got an answer for it, leave it in the comments. This is weird. We don't know who this guy is, who he came from. It almost looks like he's hypnotized. He's just walking in with the sunglasses. He looks just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, maybe he saw that movie one too many times. I don't know. Maybe he was looking for Sarah Connor. I have no idea. Well, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this shooting in New York City. And until then, keep your heads low. I don't like going outside anymore. I really don't. I really just don't like going around in the public because you never know when some lunatic is going to walk around like this. And it happens everywhere now. Are they trying to scare us? Are they trying to keep us in our homes? Are they trying to take our guns from us? I don't know what the agenda is. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back.
In final moments, it was crystal clear as strong to whisper in my ear things you wish you'd done and never said.
Take care, people. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Your eyes were clear, you seemed brand new. You said, son, I feel for you. Said,
would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?